Hello friends, welcome back to another session of my financial trading predictions. You have Tesla right here. Today is the 23rd of May. So we'll cover many of these days that have happened. Technically, I was supposed to upload a video yesterday, but the whole town where I live just completely blacked out. So yeah, you'll have to excuse that. Anyways, let's begin. So we have Tesla. It crashed after reaching the peak, and it was actually doing really good. And actually, it's not really that bad because you see, I told you that there was a crash incoming around 90 to 21. One of these days, Tesla was going to crash really hard. It was actually the 21, I believe, because this is the starting position, and so far this is like the final position. So it was like 3% a dip. So it was not as bad as I expected. I was actually thinking of more than 4%, which could have been around, if that was the case, this would have been at the minimum around the levels that we saw on the 13th of May. So it crashes but recovers the day after on the 22, and the 23, which is today, it's an uptrend, a green day. After trading hours, the position is lower than the previous day, but the trading performance overall was positive, and we see almost in range. So I was really expecting a red Friday. I don't know if this can count as a red Friday because obviously the position is lower than the previous day, but the performance is not really red. So you'll have to do your own mental gymnastics. If you want to see whatever, if it fits or not, whatever. So that basically concludes. Next Monday will begin the last week of May, and we have possibly a potentially correction Monday. Okay, we'll see a red Monday, possibly. Could be very volatile because it's on yellow and red sharing that day. That kind of means volatility. It's not as powerful as the other volatility patterns that I always talk about, but it's possible. I mean, it's there. The possibility is there. 29, 30, maybe not so bad of days, and around the 30 final day of May, I believe it could be very volatile as well. There's a chance of seeing another volatile day, which actually could hit on Friday. So that means it will possibly be a very volatile week. At least for the starting and final days next one. So that's the warnings for Tesla, but overall I'm really confident in the performance for this month. It was actually really good. It basically went non-stop uptrending and really very small corrections. Tesla held up the price really strong right here. The correction happened just like I predicted, but it was not as powerful, not as hard, not as damaging. So that's for Tesla. Now let's take a look at the Forex prediction. So remember, we're talking about the Chinese yuan. It's a very rare, very crazy Forex pair, but yeah. Let's take a look and review how we did in the last days. So I told you that I was expecting the last video, I think I covered around the 19th of May, so basically nothing really happened on these days. I was expecting a powerful correction, not really the case. Now 20, basically kind of volatile in the final hours, especially. 21, mostly in range, kind of boring. 22, another completely boring day, absolutely entirely in range. 23 is the day where we see a massive crash, and this is very big for this Forex pair. Okay, 30%. I believe this is some of the most powerful movements, obviously with the exception of this massive beast that we saw on the 5th of May, which I predicted as well. But yeah, this one I also predicted. I was telling people that around the 21 to the 23 of May, we will see a very strong correction, and that happened on the 23. So the final day of this range. Interesting. Now for the next days, I believe uptrends are coming, 25, 26, with the possibility of 26 being very volatile because there's this volatility pattern that I always talk about, 26, shared by opposite energies, green and red. After that, we see potentially volatility around the 27 to the 29. One of these days will potentially be very volatile. It will be hard to tell because these are in yellow. There are no clear volatility patterns as to which is going to be the most likely. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that, because maybe we'll see some confusing ranges where it's going to be like the entire day is in a range, and like in the last few hours or the initial hours it's going to drastically go very volatile in either way, in either direction. So red 30 of May, which basically means this next week, especially the last days, are not going to be really that good for this forex pair. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. You'll see me again, I believe, around, let's see, you'll see me again next Monday, which is technically, we still have some time left, really. We still have some time left to really keep on going with these predictions. But you'll see me basically cover the last 3 circles, okay, by the next week. So that's all I have for you guys. As always, if you want to, you can also share right now your suggestions of the next stocks or forex pairs or whatever that you want me to cover. Not cryptocurrencies. I have a separate channel for that alone. But if you want me to cover some specific predictions like Tesla, like Nvidia, like the SP 500, whatever, write down in the comments what you want to see, okay? I'll take that into account for the next month. So having said that, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Always follow me on all of my social medias, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.